You are listening to Geeks Keep You Running. This is Season 3, Episode 7. As always, Geeks Keep You Running is brought to you by the folks at Piedmont Technical Experts. Geeks Keep You Running is hosted by Jonathan Beck. Hey there everyone, welcome back to another episode of Geeks Keep You Running. I'm your host Jonathan Beck, and I'm super excited to be busting some of the biggest myths floating around the tech world. Today, we're tackling tech myths versus reality. Ever been told Macs don't get viruses or incognito mode keeps you completely anonymous? We'll dig into these widely held beliefs, separate fact from fiction, and hopefully leave you feeling a little more tech savvy than before. So let's start with one of the most pervasive myths. Macs are invulnerable to viruses. Spoiler alert, they're not. Sure, Macs have historically faced fewer threats, but that's largely because hackers targeted the more dominant Windows user base. As Apple's market share grows, so does malicious interest. While it's true Mac OS has solid built-in security features, it's by no means impervious to malware, ransomware, or phishing attacks. We always recommend using reputable antivirus software even on a Mac and staying up to date on those security patches. Prevention beats cure every time. Next myth we want to talk about is the thought that incognito mode or private browsing means you're totally anonymous online. Reality check is, though, that incognito mode only prevents your browser from saving local history, cookies, and form data after you close the window. Your ISP, your workplace, and the websites you visit can still be tracked and your activity traced. If you're looking for truly anonymous or heightened privacy, you might want to consider virtual private networks or VPNs, or use privacy-focused browsers and search engines. But even those have limits. If you're on your employer's network, for instance, they can still see a lot of what you do. So it's good to know that private browsing is more about tidying up your local browsing history than hiding your activity from the world at large. In this segment, we're going to be talking about the myth that deleting a file means that it is gone forever. How many times have you thought, I deleted that file so it's gone for good? Not so fast. When you delete a file, especially on a mechanical hard drive, it might still be recoverable unless it's overwritten with new data or securely wiped. Even SSDs or solid-state drives can sometimes retain remnants of deleted files, though their wear leveling process complicates retrieval. Tools exist for data recovery, and if you donate or sell a computer without truly erasing the drive, there's a risk with the right know-how someone could access sensitive information. For a thorough cleanup, use secure erase utilities or physically destroy the drive if you have ultra-sensitive data. And you can always reach out to us at Piedmont Technical Experts if you need help securely wiping a device or disposing of a computer. So this myth has me remembering the old Verizon commercials about, can you hear me now? Good. And then he walks on to the next spot. However, the myth that more bars mean better cell service. I know that I'm guilty of it too. I've been on the phone and someone says, hey, I can't hear you, and I look at my phone and I say, I've got 4 bars. Why won't this call go through? Well, that bar count on your phone represents the signal strength from the tower, but it doesn't necessarily reflect the network's capacity or data congestion. You could have a strong signal, but you could be on a crowded network causing slow speeds or even drop calls. The bottom line, bars tell part of the story, but not the whole story. If you're having consistent issues try switching carriers or look into signal boosters, especially if you're in a remote or congested area. So this myth is for all those that believe that closing apps on your smartphone always saves battery on your smartphone. We've all developed that habit of swiping up and closing every app on our phone, believing we're saving battery life. But on most modern smartphones, the operating system is designed to pause applications running in the background, using minimal resources. Closing them completely and reopening them later can actually use more battery because the OS needs to reload all of that application's data. That being said, if the app is misbehaving, eating up CPU, or causing issues on your phone or tablet, by all means, force close it. Otherwise, let the OS handle the resource allocation. It's usually smarter than we think. Alright folks, that wraps up Season 3, Episode 7 of Geeks Keep You Running. We busted some big myths today, from Mac security to incognito browsing. The takeaway? Always question what you hear and do a little bit of research. Or better yet, reach out to the knowledgeable pros like the team at Piedmont Technical Experts for guidance. Got a myth that you want us to debunk for a future episode? Drop us a note via email, social media, or even a voicemail. And we might feature you next time in Geeks Keep You Running. If you found today's episode helpful, go ahead, share it with a friend or colleague who might appreciate a little myth busting of their own. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jonathan Beck. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep on teching, business casual style, of course. Catch you next time on Geeks Keep You Running. Again, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Geeks Keep You Running, brought to you by Piedmont Technical Experts. We hope you found this episode informative, and we do encourage you to like, share, subscribe, and comment on your thoughts on today's episode. Y'all have a great day.